Is Jason Roy your captain in your fantasy team? If not, then maybe you're missing a lot of information which I am going to provide you in my analysis of India vs England ODI series. After winning the T20 series by 3-2, India will now face England in the 3-match ODI series which is going to start from 23rd March. Now, the last time India played in an ODI series was against Australia in December, and England also played against Australia in September, and both lost the series by 1-2. So they will both be coming into the series after a heavy loss against Australia. You can see the squads here. You can pause the screen and read every member. I will just explain you about the new member. So Krunal Pandya is a new member in the ODI squad of India. Krunal Pandya is a spin all-rounder and he has some experience in playing in Ahmedabad, but currently the venue is Pune, not Ahmedabad. So keep that in mind. Don't forget that the venue has changed. This is not the same venue where two tests and three and five T20 international matches happened. And in the same Indian team, we have Prasidh Krishna. He's a fast bowler who plays for KKR in IPL. Other than that, we have another comeback in this team in the form of Surya Kumar Yadav. He plays for Mumbai Indians and recently had a very good T20 international series. In the England squad, you may see one or two unfamiliar faces like Reece Topley and Matthew Parkinson. Now, Topley played a very good amount of limited international career before playing this series. So, he's not that inexperienced. And but if we talk about Parkinson, Parkinson has played just two ODIs for England. So relatively, he's very inexperienced. And Parkinson is a leg break bowler. He's a leg spin bowler. So you can see him in the team if Adil Rashid is somehow injured. Topley is more like Jason Behrendorff. He runs in, bowls the left armer, and he has a very tall height. He is about 6 foot 7 inches. So you can expect him to bowl same like Jason Behrendorff. And Behrendorff has a very good record in India and also against India. So if Topley plays, don't forget to take him in your team. Now let's talk about the schedule. As I already told you, the first match will take place on 23rd March and the other two ODIs will take place on 26th and 28th. The venue will be Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium of Pune. It will not be Motera Stadium of Ahmedabad. Now let's look at the head-to-head records of India and England. In the last 10 years, India and England have faced each other 29 times. India has won 15 times while England has won 12 times. If we talk about their record in the India has won 10 ODIs while England has won only 3. Now let us look at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium of Pune. What are the records here? In this stadium, India has won 2 ODI matches while India has also lost 2 ODI matches. And while batting first, the teams have won 2 matches, and while batting second, the teams have won 2 matches. So it is not possible for us to judge and to judge the characteristic of the ground as well as pitch. But since the average first inning score is 292, you can expect that the pitch will be a batting pitch. And since the surface will be very fresh, you can expect some help for the fast bowlers early on. So if Bhuvi bowls first, then you can take him in his team, in your team. Now let's look at the record in the ODIs, who are the top 10 batsmen among both the teams. Virat Kohli, he averages 59.3, brilliant. Then we have Rohit Sharma, Johnny Bairstow and KL Rahul. You can also see the average of all the other batsmen by pausing the video. Let's move on to the next section. We will see the records in ODIs of the bowlers. The top 10 bowlers. Natarajan has played only one inning, so you can maybe not consider him, but you can see the strike rate of Topley. I have already said that he has a very good international experience. He has played 11 innings in the ODIs and his strike rate is 30.4, which means if he bowls his full quota of 10 overs, he is expected to take at least 2 wickets for you. Kuldeep and Chahal, the Kulcha combo of India, their strike rate is also very good. It is around 30. You can pause the video and look at the records of all the bowlers. Let's move forward. Let's see the record of players in Pune. In Pune, Virat Kohli averages around 80. Definite starter in your team. you can make him captain or vice captain. Jason Roy has played only one inning on this ground, but he has scored 73 runs. Hardik Pandya also has a very good average. You can pause the video and check the record of all the other batsmen. Let's move forward. Let's see the record of the bowlers in Pune. Hardik Pandya has played 2 ODI innings and he has taken wickets with a strike rate of 26. Lower is the strike rate, more are the chances of taking wickets. Now let's move forward. In the ODIs versus England, which Indian players are successful? Let's see. Hardik Pandya, he has taken wickets with a strike rate of 57.5 and his batting average is 50.5. So he's a very good all-round option for you. He can be captain or vice captain in your Grand League as well. Rohit Sharma averages 45.4 with the bat against England and Virat Kohli averages 45.3. In the bowling section, I told you about Hardik Pandya already. Then Kuldeep Yadav, he has a very good record against the England team. Don't look at the strike rate of Virat Kohli, I think there is some mistyping. I will correct it later. So let's move forward. Let's see the record of England players against India. Jason Roy, his average is 60.7 against India. That's why in the beginning of the video I told you that if you have Jason Roy as your captain or vice captain in your team or not. Bairstow also has a very good record against India. Morgan, he averages 35 with the bat. I will also discuss you about the batting order of England team later. In the ODIs, look at the performance of the bowlers. Adil Rashid, he strikes at the strike rate of 41 against India. Ben Stokes, he has played 10 ODIs against India and his strike rate is 45.3. Moeen Ali and Wood do not have a pleasant strike rate against India so far. Let's look at the player battles. Indian bowlers, how do they perform against England batsmen? Generally, England batsmen, they struggle with spin. Kuldeep Yadav, he has a very good record against England and against Jason Roy, he has taken 3 wickets in 3 innings. Bhuvi has taken 2 wickets in just 14 balls against Moeen Ali. Kuldeep also has a good record against Bairstow. Hardik Pandya has a good record against Butler and Morgan. Let's move forward. Let's see the England bowlers' records against the Indian batsmen. Stokes versus Kohli, Premier Player battle. Whenever Kohli comes to the crease in test matches, Stokes is brought by the captain. So because Stokes has a very good record against Virat Kohli. In the 79 balls bowled by Stokes in ODI against Kohli, he has taken 3 wickets. Moeen Ali has taken wicket of Dhawan 2 times in 45 balls. Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali, they have also had good success against Virat Kohli in ODIs. Let's look at the recent form of the players. In the recently concluded T20 International Series, Kohli, Butler and Roy were the top 3 performers with the bat. Kohli was exception, he was superstar much ahead of the others. Iyer, Bairstow and Pant also had a good T20 International Series. Among the wicket takers, Thakur got 8 wickets in 5 matches which he played. Wood got 5 in 4 matches, Bhuvi got 4, Sundar got 4 and Rashid got 4. Let's look at the top scorers for India in the Australia series, the last ODI series which India played in December. In that series, Hardik Pandya top scored for India. He scored 210 runs in 3 matches in the series. Kohli scored 173, Dhawan scored 120 runs. Among the wicket takers, the top wicket takers Bumrah and Shami are not playing in this series. So only Thakur and Natarajan, they played well in the series against Australia. Thakur got 3 wickets in that series and Natarajan got 2 wickets. Let's look at the top scorers for England in their last ODI series which happened against Australia in September 2020. In that series, Bairstow, Billings and Morgan, they were the top 3 scorers. Bairstow and Billings had exceptional series against Australia. Among the top wicket takers, Rashid got 4, Sam Curran got 3 and Wood got 3. Jofra Archer is not going to play against India in this ODI series because he went home due to injury. Now let us look at the batting order of England team. What could it be? England has announced the squad of 14 members. That means 3 members have to sit out. Among the players, Ian Morgan, he is going to bat at 4, Butler generally bats at 5, and on number 6 you can see Ben Stokes or Sam Billings. The openers will be Jason Roy and Jamie and Johnny Bairstow. So the number 3 spot, which is left open by Joe Root, who is not going to play in this series, has to be grabbed by Liam Livingston. If the team management thinks that Stokes should bat at top of the order, then they can draft Ben Stokes at number 3, and then Sam Billings will be playing at number 6. Team management can also decide to not pick Liam Livingston. They can place Sam Billings at number 3 and Ben Stokes at number 6. So this is one of the areas of concern for England team, that they do not have proper finishers in T20 international format or the ODI format. Among the bowlers, I think Parkinson will not play the first match. He is going to sit out, and then I think Sam Curran or Tom Curran, one of them will sit out in this match. Now let's look at the Dream 11 teams. In the wicket-keeping section, we have 4 keepers. I don't think KL Rahul is going to start in the ODI series. So currently, we can focus on Butler, Billings and Pant. I think Butler is a good option because he will be playing the role of the finisher in the ODI series. And maybe in absence of Joe Root, he can be drafted at number 3, which is highly unlikely. But currently, I am going with Josh Butler. His record is very good in the Indian conditions. I will also be taking Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant can take his time in the ODI series. In the ODIs, he can take some time to settle, and then he can go for big shots. If Billings plays, then we can consider him. I don't think Billings and Rahul are going to start the ODI series. In the batting section, we have Virat Kohli. His record is very good against the England and on this ground. That's why I am taking him. We have Jason Roy. He's going to be the key player for England because he is the one of the best batsmen currently for the England team. He's in a good form. That's why. Johnny Bairstow, he had a very good last ODI series. His record is good against Indian team, and he had a very decent T20 international series recently. That is why I am taking him in my team. For India, I think Dhawan and Rohit will open in the first match. You can take Dhawan if you want. I am not taking Dhawan. I am going to take Rohit Sharma. His record is very good against England, and he is in a very good touch as seen from the T20 international series. Now let's move forward. We will discuss about all the other players later. In the all-rounder section, we have Hardik Pandya and Ben Stokes. I will be taking both of them. Both are in a very good form. Both are very key players, and we might face some problem with the credits, so we might drop Ben Stokes. Let's move on to the bowling section first. In the bowling section, one pick I will advise you is Shardul Thakur. He's in a very good form. Had a very good series in Australia. Had a very good T20 international series. So I'm going to take him in my team. Bhuvneshwar Kumar had a very good last game, but in the ODIs his performance is not very good. He generally doesn't take a lot of wickets in the bulk, and his bowling strike rate is just 40, which means in an ODI you can expect him to take at most 2 wickets, but generally he takes only 1 wicket. We have another option in T. Natarajan. If he plays, we may consider him. In the spin section, we have Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal. It will be interesting to see if India team it decides to play with Yuzvendra Chahal, who's a leg spinner, or Kuldeep Yadav, who bowls the other way. So Kuldeep has a very good record against England. If Kuldeep plays, I am definitely going to take him in my team. He has just 8.5 credits against his name. Now let's move downwards. We can see Topley. Topley had a very good international career so far. I can see him perform very well on the Pune pitch, which is a very fresh pitch. He can get some movement and some bounce, and he can take a lot of wickets against Indian team. Parkinson is also there. If he plays, you may consider him. He's a leg spinner, but I think Adil Rashid will start for England team. Now we have various other options. We have Tom Curran, we have Mark Wood, then we have Bhuvneshwar Kumar, T. Natarajan, Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal. You can take anyone depending on the pitch, but I think initially pitch will support the fast bowlers because it will be very fresh surface. That's why I'm taking Bhuvneshwar Kumar in my team currently. Now let's look at the other players in the batting section. In the batting section, we have David Malan, who is not going to play in the series. He is an extra. He will be sitting on the bench outside. Liam Livingstone may play. If he plays, we may consider him because he might be batting at the top of the order. If Suryakumar Yadav, Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer they play, then I think we should consider Shreyas Iyer first because he is in a very good form. In ODI generally he plays very well. In T20 International Series also he finished the innings very well. Evan Morgan he will play at number 4. So if Roy or Bairstow either one of them misses out, then we can consider Evan Morgan also. So this is our team preview. I think there is one change which you can make. You can remove Ben Stokes if you think he will not perform well, and in place of Ben Stokes you can take another bowler. You can take Wood or you can take Adil Rashid as well. If Moeen Ali plays, you can consider Moeen Ali as well if the pitch is good for spinners. That we will know only after the toss. As I told you in the beginning of the video, Virat Kohli and Jason Roy both are good options for the captaincy. You can select anyone as the captain. And for the vice captaincy, you can again select any one of Virat or Roy. If you want to go with some other option, I will suggest Hardik Pandya. He is in a very good form. He can finish with the bat and he can also chip in some wickets with the ball. If some of these players do not play in tomorrow's match, then what I will do is I will make the changes in my team and I will leave it in my Telegram channel. So Telegram channel is free for everyone. You can join my Telegram channel. The link is in top comment and in the description as well. If you want to look at more stats and more player battles, what you can do is you can follow me on the Twitter account. And if you found this video very useful, what you can do is you can like the video, you can share the video with your friends, and you can also subscribe to my channel for more such content. I focus a lot on information rather than straight away giving you free teams. So that you can make your own decision and you can play better than other players. See you in the next video. Bye.